Hi my little Brushaflies, and welcome back to my channel Brushafly MUA. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercedes, I'm Brushafly MUA, and if you are new, remember to hit that subscribe button. If you're not, hi, welcome back. So today's video is another makeup experiment. So I have taken my number 7 bronzing pearls and I want to see if I crush them up and repress them, whether it will still work as a bronzer. So they currently look like this, and I actually find them really fiddly. I quite often put my brush in and then they shoot out everywhere. The amount of times I have found them on my carpet and they've been crushed because I've not realised one's jumped out the pot onto the floor. And you know, I also remember my mum having products like this when I was little and the same thing would happen. So I was like, do you know what, it's quite a nice bronzer. But because of the pearls, I don't tend to use them all the time because I make a mess. So I just wondered whether I can repress it and whether the product will stay the same. So I am just taking my very grubby pestle and mortar, and it's grubby because I use it for all my makeup experiments. I do wash it, but because it's kind of like a porous material, the cosmetics and the dyes have all sort of seeped in. So I'm just taking the time to crush it up into hopefully a fine powder. I'm going to use a spoon as well because the pestle and mortar thing, way too chunky to fit in there. Okay, so it's all crushed up into a finely milled powder, and I'm now going to be grabbing my surgical spirit, which is kind of like the UK equivalent of rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to be using it to make my product damp enough that I can press it and it should stay in place. So I'm using like an old cowpole syringe. If you do that, make sure to rinse it out, but also not to reuse it as a kid's cowpole tube. I put mine in a specific place so I know that is my one and not the kids' one. So yeah, I'm now just gently mixing it around and adding a little bit more where needed. And then I'm grabbing like the handle end of the pestle and mortar thing, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, probably not. And I'm just using it with a bit of tea, like not tea towel, but like kitchen roll, to press it down so it's like a nice smooth texture and looks a bit more appealing. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to be leaving this for a couple of hours to dry down, then I'm going to check it, then I might even leave it overnight before I test it properly. So this is it a few hours later. I did blow the candle out. If you're thinking, well, that candle was there later, earlier. I did blow the candle out, went on the school run, did a few errands, then have come back and I've relit the candle. So yeah, it actually looks quite nice. It looks like it's pressed down quite evenly. My nails are so long so I can't actually get my finger in there properly to really test it out. But I think it needs to be left a little bit longer. I've tried to get my finger in there, and if I'm honest, I'm not really seeing very much. It's not the best lighting. I mean, there's a bit of bronzing there, but it's not great. So I'm just going to use an eyeshadow brush and just see if I can... I mean, you can see the powder coming off it. But yeah, like I said, it's not really doing very much. So it gives off a tiny little bronzed effect on my hand, but nothing much to shout home about. So I think I'm going to leave it till tomorrow, test it again, and actually see what it looks like as I would normally use it on my cheeks. But on my hand, I'm not really noticing very much. Obviously the lighting's not perfect, so you can't see it 100% perfect anyway. But yeah, at the moment, I think I just need to test it some more. It does actually look quite pretty in there. You can kind of see like the lighter pearls and the darker pearls where they've crushed up and it looks like a bronzy highlight. So, you know, that's quite cool, but definitely need to try again. So it's the next day. I've left it all night to dry. As you can see, it does look very highlightery, or at least I think it does. So I'm just using, it's a blush brush, but it's one I like to use. So I'm just going to try that. So the first thing I'm noticing is it does have some pigment still, and it is giving a bit of a sun-kissed glow, but to me it actually looks more highlightery, glowy than bronzed glowy. And like in the sun, it actually does look really highlightery, and I don't know why. I haven't added any highlightery stuff or anything, and excuse my mascara. This is actually later on in the day. I've done errands, I've had a nap, and my mascara's run on my eyes. So yeah, I think this one is a fail. I don't think you can crush this up and use it as a pressed bronzer. I don't think it works. It just turns into like a weird highlighter. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, see you in the next one. Bye.